Yo. Sitou, you on mute.
I'm old fashioned, dude. Can you hear me now?
What up, dog?
What up, man? How's it going?
Hang on, let me fix my screen.
All right, cool. Fix your screen and let me know. It's been a while since I've seen you, bro.
Oh, I fixed it. Okay, this is perfect. Yo, what up, dog? What's up? What's up?
Bro, living. I'm living, dude. Trying to handle this COVID times one day at a time.
Greetings and salutations. This is season 2, episode 2 of Milkshake Scholar. And I have the privilege and honor of having my boy, Sitou Akolly, on. He is calling in from Amsterdam. So we international now. Milkshake Scholar, though, we're international. I got my boy on, man. It's been too long. And I was trying to think about the last time you and I were hanging out. Like,
man,
in person.
That was New York. That was New York when I came to see you.
Yo,
you were still in the new school. You were still in new school. Yeah.
Dang.
We went and grabbed coffee at that place by your school.
That's right. That's right. It was across the street. Dang, man, it's been a long time, dude.
That was 2014, I think.
That was 2014 for sure. How's the fam doing, man? How's your brother, sister, mom? How everybody doing?
Everyone's good, man. Thank God. My siblings all of them moved to West Africa in the past year. My sister moved back to Togo, so now she's working with my mom. Okay. And my brother just got a job also working in Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
So they're all doing good. The whole family is back on the motherland. I'm the only one still in the western.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but you ever thought about moving back?
Oh, I have definitely. I mean, what's the point of all this? Yeah. Again, I think most of the knowledge I'm getting from here, hopefully, I can bring it to use one day back home. And also close to family. I'm sure family will be able to appreciate seeing my family there as well. Or I don't know. Who knows, man? I'm right now. I'm trying to roll with the punches. That's kind of my resolution of this year. Not to trying to force a plan too far ahead and just take it as it comes. Because I didn't expect to be in Amsterdam. If you asked me like 5 years ago.
Yeah. You want to know something? No. And you brought this up before we got on. You are. I don't know if you know this. This is probably the first time I'm ever gonna tell you this, but you are the person that revolutionized my taste for ice cream and milkshakes. Like I ain't even lying. Like I don't know if you remember this, but we were having a man night at my crib, and we were like, C2's coming late, and you were like, "Yo, what should I bring?" We was like, "Bring ice cream," and you showed up with this.
Yeah, I did.
You showed up with this, and I had some, and I was like, "Yo, what is this?" And you was like, "Dog, you never had this? Like, you need to step your game up, dog."
No, you have to, man.
You changed the game, dog. You changed the game.
I'm glad you kept the tradition, bro.
You know what happened though? When I got here, in New York, people get like real specific about their ice cream. So when I got here, people were like, "Oh, where we going to get ice cream?" And I was like, "Haagen-Dazs," and they was like, "Haagen-Dazs." They was like, "Nah, we going like Morgenstern's. We going to Big Gay Ice Cream. We going to like Davies." I was like, "Cause up here we got the local stuff, and it's like it's really good." So I was just like, "Dang, this is crazy." So. But like in Atlanta, Haagen-Dazs is like
Haagen-Dazs is the spot, man. You can't beat that. You just can't, like, cause I don't know. I think at the time we were living, there weren't that many ice cream, like local ice cream shops in Atlanta. So you kind of have to go to the Ben and Jerry's or the Haagen-Dazs, and that was just better. The taste was smoother. It was rich. It was just flavorful compared to the other ice cream spots.
Now
it's New York, man. That's the mecca of like. Diversity. So I'm sure you guys have so much out there.
Yeah. Now it's morning here, and I got me a Haagen-Dazs milkshake.
I'm not surprised, dude. You're the milkshake guy, dude. Like, every time I have to introduce you to someone, like I say, I'm talking to you, and someone's like, "Oh, who are you talking to?" Because I'm laughing. Why not? I always have to introduce you as Randy, but then I always have to add, yo, this guy and the strawberries and milkshake, like, because I have to, because it goes hand in hand. It's like your middle name, like strawberry and milkshake, and people always ask me, but why? I'm like, nah, dude, I've never met anyone who's that infatuated with strawberries, and like the combination with milkshake just made this guy explode. So I'm like, if you ever remember Randy as your name, just like remember that part of him. If you ever see him, you just know what to bring. That was odd to me because it was like I never met anyone who was that passionate about strawberries. It's just not normal, Randy. You got to talk about it.
It's funny you say that because now I started something recently where, like, I was tripping last year, man. I would like honestly, I've been tripping for a while with not having enough fruit in the house. But recently, like in December, I started buying fruit like all the time. Like if I have to go to the market every day to get fruit, I'll do it. And so one of the fruit, I'll mix it up every once in a while. So sometimes I'll have melon, sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll have oranges, sometimes I won't. But as you know, the one thing I always got to have is strawberries. Like, and the strawberries, funny enough, and it's probably different where you are because I feel like overseas the food is just fresher. Where, you know, in America we like to put stuff in our food. So like the strawberries will go bad after after 2 or 3 days. So I end up going to get strawberries all the time, like all the time.
Back to back.
All the time.
No shame, dude. No shame that game, dude.
No shame, dude. So talk to me, man. I always brag about my friends, and you're one of the people I always brag about because of the work you do. So you're a computational designer and architect, but also too, like, I feel like when I'm doing my work here, I'm always like, there are certain people I keep in mind, like people that I don't want to let down. And you one of those people. I'm always like, yo, I'm like, when I do what I do, I'm representing for my boys, for my sisters, like, and you one of them people. I'm like, yo, I got a rep for Sitou, dog.
Yeah, I appreciate that, dude. That's much love. I think it's same to me. Like, I think before we left, I think we all kind of, it's a promise you make based on the people you have around you. You know, like there's a reason why you're a friend of mine, because of your work ethic, because of your vision, because of how kind you are as a person, right? And so it's one of those things where you once you build that relationship, you want to keep it and grow that. And so, yeah, it's totally true. Like for me, it's like now I'm at a spot though where I'm not super happy, right? Because I'm getting to a point where I'm comfortable, and that has always been a thing that kind of gets under my skin because I want something else. I want a challenge. I maybe feel like I'm not doing the all I could to be in a position I want to be, and so but that pressure comes with the idea that you want to be able to rep hard for your friends and for your family. Because imagine my journey, like living in the U.S. That's on the back of my mom's hard work. You know, like being able to support me while I'm there. Like all the prayers, you know, our family always kind of pray for us to be surrounded by good people, to work hard, not to go through harm. And so you kind of want to make sure the position or the point you're in your life kind of match the effort of those who got you there.
Yeah.
And so I think I reflect back to when you're saying, like, you know, you repping hard for us. You got to, man. You got to. There's no way. Like, you got to.
Every time I talk to my mom, like if I tell my mom anything, like it could be like the smallest thing. Like, yo, I was talking to Alexander Chi the other day. My mom be like, you know, like who is that? And I'll tell her who, because my mom she's not affluent in the literary world. So I'll tell her who Alexander Chi is, and she'll be like, oh my God. And then next thing you know, she telling folks at work, and I'm like, yo, mom, like chill, man.
No, that's family love, yeah.
But you know, that's mom. Mom, like, oh man, like if I publish anything, oh man, mom was like, yo, my son, this, that. I'm like, yo, that was just a small essay on a small website. My mom was like, nah, bro, you published.
Doing it, man. Like, yo, man, Randy, you were like hidden, like you're trailblazing since college, bro. Like, I mean, I'm sure your fans and your followers, they know kind of a bit of your, you know, like your background, but damn, like you.
Some people don't know Sitou.
Speech on our graduation, man. You're like top student in the whole university. You made a speech, like you're a valedictorian. Like you were doing that stuff since day one, and I think even before you came in, like your background was already so expended, you know, and for us it was just cool. For me, I kind of vibe with that. I was drawn into it, you know, like you, Randy, I mean you, Lewis, Kunal, those guys. It was just like you guys had more like under your belt. There was that went beyond academia, you know. And I think for you, especially being honored to like make the graduation speech, prove there's a level of trust in your intellectual, but yeah, but also your experience, because you know, like a graduation speech is also oftentimes given to someone with experience.
And if you do decide to push forward, don't let anybody tell you you can't do anything. You know, I heard on social media the other day that an undergraduate student can't give a commencement speech because he doesn't have any life experience. And here I am standing before you, undergraduate, giving you my life experience in socks. You know, we can honestly do whatever we want. We just don't believe that we can. But when we do, thank you.
And for them to pick a student, a graduating student, that's huge, you know. And so that means you were able to create that network and also, you know, have that trust in your peers and people above you. So
man, you
again,
know what's crazy.
too,
You know what's crazy, and this speaks to something that you said earlier about like getting comfortable, is a lot, like some of the people that I've met and I know here don't, like some of the people in my network in New York and like friends in my friend group, they don't even know about that. Because I don't talk about it. But the reason why I think it's like this natural thing that I do without thinking about it is that I feel like if I ride on that wave too long, I'll get comfortable and like, oh yeah, I'm the guy. So because of all the stuff I did there, I deserve all of this. And it's like, nah, Randy, you back at square one. You got to work again to get like the next thing, you know. And it's not that I don't appreciate that stuff. Like I do, but I know me. I know if I dwell on that stuff too long, that it'll take away time and energy from what I should be doing moving forward. So
you're right. It does, man. It does. You're totally right. And that's again, like that's where I am as well. You know, it's like, but I also don't want to get to a point I'm not grateful for where I am and the journey that brought me here, right? But yeah, obviously you get the ambition makes, especially when you see like, you know, all the, seriously, like when you were making all the, like way before you started posting the milkshake posts and you're following on Instagram, like you were already, every time you traveled, you remember you used to make videos like, and post them on Facebook and then on your Instagram, and they were so entertaining. And in my head, I was just like, man, this dude better like do something with that. Like that's gonna be my ticket too. If he makes it, I make it. You know, and then you eventually took it off and you started having your Instagram. You got the logo design and you're meeting people and like managing people. And I was like, man, this I can, for me, from watching it from afar, I can already see how, like, if you keep it up, which you probably will, because that's just who you are, and I think your background and your families can't give you any other option not to. You're going to like, you know, you're going to go, like, you're going far, period, you know. And so yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm sure you appreciate the journey, but yeah, the challenge is not to get complacent in the position you're in now, just because everything changes so much, and that it's such space that you can't stay still in some way, or you can't enjoy what you're doing too much. You gotta keep grinding until you get to a point where you're like, all right, cool, I can chill now.
Yeah, man. Hey, well, tell me something. Like, so we doing pandemic life right now, but I know it's different in different places. So like in New York, like dining is only 25%, but there's no live events, and like you really got to pick and choose how you decide how you're gonna move around the city, because like a lot of things are still closed, a lot of things are shut down and not opening again. And you know, it's really sad. But I know like in Atlanta, Atlanta wide open, dog. So tell me what's life been like out in Amsterdam, because you're the only person I know that's currently out there. So like I wouldn't hear it from anybody else. What's it been like out there, man?
In Amsterdam, I think when we started, we didn't take the pandemic too seriously, so we were still kind of going to work and kind of half and half. And then we shut down, and then now we get to a point where we have a curfew at 9 p.m. So you can't step out the house, and everything is closed, from restaurants to like offices. Nothing's open beside like grocery stores and markets. But it still feels lively because I don't know. I guess with the European mood, everybody's kind of still outside walking. Everyone takes their distances, and everyone's safe. Masks got to be worn inside of stores if you're going to get stuff. A couple of restaurants are open for delivery, but yeah, you cannot go inside of any facility or establishment. For me, I'm kind of in the beginning. I enjoyed it just because the working hours I had prior to COVID was in some way insane. I was literally doing 110 hours a week, and so when the COVID came in, it disrupted in a way where the management also didn't know how to run it. So it gave us a bit more time to manage our time, right? To self-manage ourselves. So I knew I didn't need 8 hours to work, for example. I can spend 4 hours and get my work done and spend the rest maybe going to a park or going on a bike ride. So yeah, so I mean, I don't know how it is in the States. From all the pictures I see on Instagram, it feels like there's no COVID in Atlanta, just like you mentioned. I don't know how it is in New York, but here it's quite felt, but it's kind of still cozy in a way.
Yeah, I know. I know, like here, like the museums are open, but even the museums have like and I haven't been yet, but even there they have very strict rules. So like I was fortunate enough I get these crazy emails where curators at museums will invite me to see a show before it opens. And they've been doing all of those virtual because of COVID. So I went to one. It was I believe it was for an Italian artist. And they did the whole show, and I'm sitting there on Zoom with like all these like experts in Italian art, and it's insane. And I'm like, man, little old me just in here just like checking out some Italian art. And afterwards they sent us an email saying that if we would love to see the show before it opens to the public, we're invited to go to the physical space, but they can only have one person in the building at a time. And so we have to set up an appointment. But I was just like, yo, that's crazy that I could just go on a solo tour of this exhibit. Like, I don't know. It's crazy to me. But yeah, that's
luxury.
It's crazy.
That's a luxury. That's amazing, dude. Congrats, man. That's some status you got going on over there in New York.
Between me and you and whoever's gonna watch this, my goal for the future, because Sitou, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I get emails. I'm on a media list somewhere, so I don't know how I got on there, but every day I get an email for a book that's about to come out, or an album that just dropped, or an art exhibit, or like a collection that just came out, or like some merchandise for some artists. And I don't know what to do with those emails. And then after a while I was like, yo, Randy, you can just have those people come on Milkshake Scholar and you can like help promote their work that way. And so I'm still trying to put those pieces together, but I think like that's the next way, because those emails are not going to stop coming. And it's crazy too. Sitou, it's like people, it's like like I always get music requests from foreign artists, and I'm like, man, maybe this is just a sign that I need to be jumping on this, because if they're sending an email to me, that means that someone else isn't answering those emails as well. So I need to be the one that takes advantage of that.
Step it up. Yeah, you need to, dude. But that's good though. I'm sure you're enjoying the ride so far.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. Tell me something. You mentioned bicycle, and I think you know this about me, but yeah, you do know this about me. So I haven't been on a bicycle.
I don't know, dog. You shouldn't be mentioning this. This is embarrassing, bro.
I haven't been on a bicycle since I was 12, dog.
Yeah. But you're in New York too. I know it's quite dangerous to ride there.
No excuses.
Are you going to try to get on it soon though? Because if you ever come visit me in Amsterdam, we're moving.
So I got a confession. I'm afraid to come visit because I know you're gonna put me on a bicycle now.
Dog, come on, man. Visiting me should outweigh the bicycle, bro. They got those 2-seaters, so I can ride in the front and you can be in the back. And we'll ride. There's no way you can rent a car here. It's not made for car. The city is not made for car. I will set up the tricycle for you, bro, and we'd be good. You have to come visit. You can't be afraid.
I know.
If anything happens, you'll be fine. It's also it's the right time to learn. You know, like it's COVID. Nobody's outside. If you happen to come around the transition of COVID to like normal life, you'll be good.
I already see too. Knowing myself personally, knowing who I am as a person and my character. I come, I'm not going to get on a tricycle. Like I'm going to force myself to get on a bike. I just know I am. Like that's just who I am.
I mean, all right, cool, man. I'll make sure you're safe because Amsterdam is quite hectic with cycling and stuff. But it will be fine. I mean, if you come here for sure, we'll ride a bike, and there's no if or what. You're going to make it to Amsterdam, and we're gonna make it happen.
Do people ride tricycles out there?
No, no one, right? They're even kids who are like 7. They all ride like grown-up bikes, which is a crazy thing here. Like you see a tiny, like a child on like an adult bike. They do it since they're kids. You know, it's just an amazing culture here. It's insane.
That's wild. I always considered you somebody that ate really healthy. What are you eating these days? Like, has COVID changed the way you eat at all?
Man, well, COVID hasn't changed the way I've been eating. Well, of course, I'm cooking more. You know, I like to cook as well. But since I moved here, I've just been cooking more than going out to eat, just because food is accessible and it's just also of a high quality. So I've been making all sorts of things. Really, I spend more time cooking than I do, like, I don't know, any other hobby, really.
Yeah.
Because it's so accessible. I can go downstairs, get some fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and just come home and make something simple. The culture here also kind of promotes just kind of having friends over the house. Everybody's kind of making something to eat, and we all kind of eat and share. So the culture also kind of encourages that type of living. While in the U.S., it's a bit tough. Food is really expensive, so most of the time you end up going out to eat. If you end up cooking, you have to make sure it's on, of course, specific event. And yeah, it's just it was a bit different when I was in Cali. Was better than Atlanta as well. In California, it's a bit more kind of accessible as well because food was just cheap, and there's so many people there, and you can get food from any corner of the world.
Yeah.
Atlanta was just what was accessible in Atlanta is like street food, which was amazing. Like you get all this tacos, all the mom and pop shops and all these other things. So, but in Europe, definitely, I cook more here. I think the other thing, I don't want to affect any Dutch person, but like Dutch food isn't it for me, you know? Like it's just not it for me. But here it is, like the only cultural diverse food there is here is Indonesian, Surinamese, and like Chinese and so on. And those are amazing.
Yeah.
But Dutch food is just I can't. Everything is really fried and it's just like not my cup of tea.
So I cook too, but like in New York, because of the pace of work life, I haven't been able to cook as much. So with COVID, man, dog, I've been cooking.
I've been seeing your pictures, man. You've been going at it.
Dog, I've been cooking almost every day, man, and it's been great because in Brooklyn, in the neighborhood I live in, there's a very diverse set of markets and stores around the area. So I can get like Jamaican spices, I can get Korean spices, and like it's just so many different like Thai food. I can get that stuff from the store and I can come back home and cook it. So it's been great, man, because like I'm saving so much money not going out to eat. It's been
I saved so much during this quarantine. I saved so much.
Man,
it saves so much. Because especially also like there's less people coming in your house, so that means you have less, like you're less obliged to like cook for like multiple people, and so because most of the money I make I spend eating food. Like,
same.
it's literally, yeah, like I don't buy anything. Like I've reduced the amount of clothes I wear. Like I try to keep the same color over time, and I don't spend money on anything. No luxury. I have my bike, my apartment. That's it. Like and the rest is just food, man. Food. That's all I do. And
Literally,
I've saved a lot.
literally. Dog, tell me something. I got one more thing I want to discuss with you. Is
Go ahead, tell me
the song, dog. What's the song that plays?
Bro, I've thought about it all day.
What's the song that plays during the opening of your biopic? Like during the opening credits, what's the song that plays?
Dude, I don't have one, man. I don't have one. If that's tough, man. That's tough.
I'll tell you the thought process.
Tell me yours.
So
tell me yours first.
Okay. I'll tell you mine. Mine is it's a mix of two, but it would be one track. So it would be the first 2 minutes or a minute and a half of The Experience by Goody Mob from that Still Standing album. It came out in 98. So it would be that. And the reason why I chose that song is because they do this thing where they discuss the toxicity of masculinity, and it's done very well because it's like, I love you. It's like compassion between men, but also like the way that we approach this life that we live is dangerous. Like it's dangerous for our minds. So I love that. And that was like in 98 before people were talking about like masculinity. So like talking about it on a like
global
And then the second part of the song would it would be like a DJ scratch, and it would be the Andre 3000's verse from Aquemini, which ironically also came out in 98. But he starts the verse with "Twice upon a time there was a boy who died," and it would just carry on into the hook. Because Andre be killing it. Like that, my storyteller, that's my guy. So that would, but the reason why I chose those two, Sitou, is because I imagine that if I had a biopic, it would start with a glimpse of my early 20s when I had like the awakening, like all the things that changed in my life happened. Like it started in my early 20s when I dropped out of college. So that's where I was starting. Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's tough.
Now, Sitou, keep in mind, if it were a different period of my life, it would be a different song.
It would be different.
It would be a different song. Yeah.
Exactly. That's the thing. It's like it's tough to pick, like especially because like.
Well, what's the better question for you? Where would your biopic start?
Oh man, my biopic would start in my parents' house when I was 4 years old. Basically the day we left my house, my family house, to move to my mom's house. My parents are divorced. That's a bit of background. It's personal, but I guess you can have it. My parents are divorced, and so I remember vividly the day I left my family's house to go to basically my new family, which was just my mom, my sister, my brother, and I. The day we left my dad to go to this new house my mom was building. And it's crazy because I remember every detail of the house, from the rooster that was like just walking by the garden, to the type of flower that was next to the garage door, to the expression on my mom's face, the car we were driving, just my dad's showering, like the sound of the shower running in my dad's room, and us packing and leaving. I remember vividly, and I think that was kind of the start from understanding a bit of the reality. Because I think at that age, anything prior to that was just you're kind of catered for. You're sheltered. I felt sheltered. Like everything was just like how it's supposed to be. But then when that specific moment happened, something changed. Because it was a drastic change of my life. I didn't realize it then, but eventually it spilled into that way. at that young age, I had to in some way become a bit more mature because I had to start taking care of my mom and hold my own weight in the family, right, among my siblings as well. And it was a different level of attitude I had to take on. And then especially because we started traveling a lot as well, that everything was always back to that specific moment. Because for me, it felt I had to do the things because we left. And so my story has to start from there.
Gotcha. Dang, that's wild, man. Like, there's a song for that.
Yo, maybe you come up with a song for me.
Oh no, that's your song, brother. That's your story. That's your story. But I like that. That's an image, man. That's a memorable image.
I think my belt pick the starting of it wouldn't have any sound. It wouldn't have any music. It would just be sounds. Because no words were said.
It's that architecture coming out of you now. It's that architecture coming out of you. No, but that's you know what, Sitou? Some of my favorite movies and some of my favorite moments for movies have no music.
Yeah. I think for me too, because it's so expressive it's so immersive as well to just hear the sound and like because for me that memory is attached to my surrounding.
Yeah.
Right. It's that familiarity of my home, and everything inside of it moving. But in some way at that age, I remember them just because it was such a shift in my life. Because anything prior, I didn't remember so much in that house. But that specific moment, everything was heightened, and so I don't think I would add any sound to it. It would take away from the sincerity of that specific memory. It would just be the sound of everything that was happening.
Wow. Dang, dude. That's deep, man. I like that though. No sound. Nobody, all my future guests, nobody can have that. That's yours. Like no sound. No one else can have that.
No sound. They can't have it. They can't have it.
That's dope, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, homie.
Dude, thank you so much, man. We need to do some more. Maybe without.
Yeah, man, for sure. Because the last time we did it, I think the last time we video chatted, I was outside at the grocery store or something. It was pre-COVID though. It was pre-COVID.
Yeah, it was way pre. And everything else, everyone already came to visit me, man. We got Kunal, we got Hakeem that came to visit. You gotta come through, bro. Lewis came and he said, "Yo, Lewis, if you're watching this, dude, F you, dog. Like, I was in Amsterdam. You came here with your lady. You didn't bother hitting me up, and I felt some type of way, and this is why I haven't spoken to you yet. So I'm gonna need an apology, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, dude.
Nah, Hakeem was out here. I know Hakeem comes out here a lot, especially to New Jersey. But one time when Hakeem came out, him and I hung out. It was pre-COVID. Man, we had a good time.
Yeah,
we had a good time.
Hakeem was fun. You should have came to Morocco. I hold a little chip on my shoulder because of that, but
I got you.
To it, bro. We can get to it.
Listen, I wanna go to Amsterdam because I've never been there before. But secretly, I haven't told you this, but secretly, I want to go to Togo. But I want to do Amsterdam first, dog, because I know you're not gonna be there forever.
Thank you, man. I hope not. So we'll see. Yeah, come through because while I'm here, take advantage of it. I always say that to people. While I'm here, take advantage of it. Because you have a place to stay, dude. Don't try to spend any money anywhere else.
Because I love my Airbnb, dog.
I'll make it cozy for you, dog. I just moved to a new place actually today, and so I'm on the terrace right now.
Oh, congrats, man!
Thanks, dude. Thanks. Now we're trying to buy next time, so we'll see.
Dope, man. I appreciate it. Oh, do you want to plug anything? You want to plug your stuff? No? Okay.
Nah, if anything I want to tell you, man, thanks for spending time with me, man. Good luck, dude. Like, keep up the good work, man. Don't forget about us.
Nah, whatever, dog. I'm trying to get to you, dog. You working overseas, dog.
You owe me, bro.
I got you, dog. I got you.
Nice. Yo, thank you so much, Randy.
Yeah, homie. I see you, homie.
All right, peace.